Hi everybody. I'm sorry you're having I know a lot of you are having a hard time logging in. So I'm going to walk you through the steps for taking the AR test again. I just pulled up some pictures of the icons because the icons change. And I don't know when they change. So I'm just going to kind of give you guys a heads up of what they might look like on your iPad. So we're taking the test on a Renaissance. The program is called Renaissance, and it'll be mostly identified by a big R with blue around it. Sometimes it's an orange, and it looks like this. I believe yours should say AR or Renaissance or Star 360. But again, this is what it might look like on your iPad. Okay, so either look for an orange icon or a blue one. Once you found that icon, you can click on it and it's going to take you to a login page like this. I'm doing mine through my browser, through internet, because I currently don't have the app on my phone or on my iPad, but you guys are going to go through the app on your iPad. So once you click that Renaissance app, you're going to go to a login like this, and you're going to click I'm a student. And then your username and password, the student's username should be their first name and the first letter of their last name, so initial, and then usually a number. Okay, I think most of you know it because that's what we usually use to log into other apps and things like that. But if you can't quite remember exactly what it is, give me a message and I'll send you a picture of it. And then the password is their birthday. So for example, if their birthday is June 13th or August 13th, you will write capital A-U-G for Aug, 13, and then the full birth year, 2013. That's just an example. So their username is their first name, last name, initial, and a number, and then their password is their birthday. Again, if you can't remember it, give me a message and I'll send it to you. Once you're logged in, it's going to take you to a page like this. Here we have all of the different tests. There is a STAR Reading, STAR Early Literacy, and STAR Math test. Students are only going to be taking the STAR Early Literacy and the STAR Math. So the yellow and the red. Only the yellow and the red. Okay? Average time for these tests is like 15 minutes. So it can go from anything from like 15 minutes to like half an hour to 40 minutes. Alrighty? It just depends. So this test builds on itself. So the more time they spend on it and the more difficult, the more answers that the more questions that they answer, the more difficult it's going to start getting for them. So I do want to remind you that if you see things on the test that you're like, this does not seem like first grade material, or my child has not learned that, they might be testing at slightly above their level. Okay. I think each student should spend at least 10 minutes testing. If we're testing less than 10 minutes, then that means that we're not spending too much time on it. I do want to preface this with, however, if students are looking really frustrated, I do ask that you let them take a break. So there should be a pause button once the test has begun. You can press pause. If it asks you for an admin password, you're going to click admin. ADMIN is the password to pause or start the test again. Okay, so again, early literacy and math. You don't have to take these the same day. You can break them apart. I do want these done by Friday so that I could look at the reports. And I think that's it. Students can use scratch paper for the math. And you can help them read the instructions, but not the questions. Okay, so if it says like to select two answers, or the directions are to circle something like that. I don't think those are actual directions, but let's say it was something like that. Then you can help them. But I do ask that you don't help them really read, because if they were in school, I would not be helping them read these questions, and we want to make this as accurate as possible, or as similar as possible to if they were in school. Okay, These scores will not harm them in any way. It's not going to affect their grade. It's not going to affect their eligibility to move on to second grade. It's not going to affect the report card. Okay, you're not going to get a message from the principal, nothing. This is just for me to see if they are progressing in certain areas in their math and things like that. So please just let them go through this on their own. Encourage them. This isn't something they should be worried about, but please do encourage them to try their very best. Allow them to test in a quiet space, to focus. If you realize that they're not focusing anymore, pause the test and continue it later. Yeah, and if you could just please send me a message once your child has finished testing so that I could look at the reports. Okay? And if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.